Welcome back to the Booked and Busy podcast. On today's episode, we will be discussing Losing Control by Ladii Nesha, and on our next episode, movie and TV adaptations. Be sure to follow us on Instagram for updates and additional announcements. Just for our listeners to be aware, I did not finish this book, but I have a broad strokes understanding of what happened. But I do have a really good question for you. What is the messiest thing that you personally are aware of has happened in a church that you knew of? Like, what was the messiest church? Because that thing with Pam, I was just like, hold on, she was doing all this at the beginning just to be that messy. So I just want to know, what is your messiest church story that you're aware of?
Have like no messy church story.
Nothing messy has ever happened in your church or a church you've been at.
Well, my home church, of course, they just act like they nose is just tooted in the air, but I ain't never heard.
Oh, you go to a
like,
real sedita church.
I wouldn't
I
say it's
do.
like a real sedity church. My church is on the west side of Montgomery.
Oh no, I know you
Yeah.
got some stories. You know something. You don't
But
have
no,
to say
I
names.
ain't never been in like the mix of it. That's the thing.
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
ain't
That
never known
that you're
nothing
aware of, not that you were involved in.
involved
But what's
in,
the
but just
that you
know.
heard of, that you know about? Yes.
What is it when Pastor Jamal Bryant, Giselle husband had all them babies in the
He's here all
in
the time.
congregation in Montgomery?
He's here all. Yeah, he be at my mama church a lot. Like, he's here all the time.
Who he fucking at your church? That's all I'm thinking.
I don't
He
know.
married, too.
It's somebody that ain't never meant nothing to him. But I have a messy church story, and I don't go to that church anymore, so I don't care. So listen, at my old church when I was in high school, the bishop is like, they had all their kids. He had like 6, 7 kids, but they were all adults. And you know how it's like a church family. Everybody is involved in the pulpit and the drums and doing praise and worship and whatnot. But when I saw that Pam story, it just reminded me of like church mess. But one of his oldest daughters, so she was over praise and worship. She's like to sing and stuff, but she was very like nitpicky in people's business and messy. So she disappeared from the church for a couple of weeks, and then come to find out, it starts getting gossiped around the church. Oh, she has a new boyfriend, and she's been rebelling against her daddy and stuff. And so she came back like a month later with this new dude, and he was like, the bishop called them both to the front. He's just like, now, you've been living with this person for how long? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, she had to say it to him. And then he asked him, how long has she been staying with you? And are
This in
y'all
the middle
married?
of Sunday service.
Yes, this is at the end of it. He had them come to the middle and stand in the aisle. But like, it's just like, yes, and they both had to stand there and talk about it. But it was so ridiculous. But she stopped coming to church after that, child. But I was like, it'd be some crazy stuff going on up in there. I just had to talk about it. I was like, I want to know if she got some messy stuff. Because I got some messy stories about that church. But let's go ahead and get into these questions.
Well, I do actually have another story now that I think about it.
Yes.
It wasn't a church that I went to, but it was the church that
Any
was in
church.
Huntsville. Yeah, it was the church that was in Huntsville. It was called All Nations. Anybody who went to A&M with me, they know what I'm talking about. And his name was Adrian, like mine. They call him Pastor
What?
AD. Right. And
That sucks for you.
right, I know. But anyway, the vibes I always got from this church was kind of like cult like. I was just like, and
Oh.
it just used to be real. I just never cared to go or whatever. But come to find out, this man done stole like $500,000 or so from the church. He done bought him a whole Range Rover, paid off mortgages, all types of shit. And he ended up getting indicted. Like it's like a whole news article. I'll end up sending it. It's like some crazy shit. And then
Yes,
he's
I wanna
also
see
been in
that.
like some, after he stole all the money, you see him in like Tubi movies and shit.
Oh,
I swear, this man that said, I'm fuck being a fake pastor. I'm finna go and
You done
be
took
in
all
the
them people's
Tubi
money.
Right.
Now you want to be a movie star.
And it's like,
Oh my God,
all
that's
the
a good one.
charges, like, it's like he been in like Gucci stores, going to shop, getting him red bottoms, like he balling the fuck out. I'm just
I
like,
wonder,
oh
was
my
he
God.
like dressed down every Sunday when they saw
No,
him? Like,
he
was
wasn't.
he
He was
wearing?
wearing Jordans and all types
Wow.
of shit, like church. I was like, see, that's why you going to hell. You know what? God don't like ugly. That's why you going to jail.
He don't
now.
like thieves either.
Right.
Oh
You
my
going to
God.
jail. But yeah, let's get into it.
That's
something
fantastic.
right quick. Okay. So in Losing Control by Ladii Nesha, we are introduced into the different worlds of Marley and Cesar. I'm saying Cesar right. Correct. I'm saying it right.
I feel like they was pronouncing it Caesar, even though it was spelled like Czar, like Czar,
Yeah,
like
Cesar.
like an emperor. But I feel
Yeah.
like they were literally pronouncing it Caesar.
Well, y'all, me and Tanisha finna say it like say
The way that
Caesar.
it's
Like,
spelled.
yeah. Because if they wanted to say Caesar, they would have just said just Caesar, like, or
And she was
something
going
like
like
that.
with these Roman names type things. Like it was Julius Caesar. Caesar is a whole different thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's
Go
okay.
with the summary.
Okay, but yes, we are introduced into the different worlds of Marley and Cesar. Marley is a quote unquote hobo who lives out of her van. She smokes weed and she owns a tea company with her sister. She is still mourning the quote unquote loss of her
Ooh, baby.
boyfriend and the death of her child when she meets Cesar, who is a well known Detroit rapper. When we meet Cesar, he is a provoking ass, petty ass, mean ass nigga who is beefing with another Detroit rapper. And the two meet at a city event and we follow along their love story and both of their traumatic upbringings. A lot of chaos happens along the way and obstacles, including Marley's deceased baby daddy coming back from the dead, like quote unquote. We gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into all that. But Cesar and Marley, they get married at the end of the novel and they go on to live happily.
That is a good summary. We're going to get into these details.
Okay.
So let's start with the
Yeah.
first question. So early on, Marley experiences a traumatic event that changes her life. How did you respond to her journey through grief, isolation, and eventual openness again? What elements of her coping resonated or did not resonate for you?
I'm gonna be honest. Well, that shit is tough, but I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. Like I'm gonna just be flat out honest. I don't want kids, so I don't really care. Like I don't really be. It's like, okay, I feel sorry and I'm very sad for
Yes,
whoever
you can be
loses their
empathetic.
child. Yes,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but me, if like just it ain't like it was no full term baby. And
That's
it's a
what I
whole
was
toddler.
thinking. Not to be mean or like not sensitive to it, but it
Yeah.
was just like the way they kept referring to it also as her baby and her child throughout the book was kind of weird for me. Just
Yeah.
disclaimer, y'all, there were a lot of things about this book that were just kind of weird for me, and that's what led to
Yeah.
me not finishing it. Nothing against Lady Nisha. I think it was very action packed and dramatic for the crowd
Right.
that loves the shy and BMF and power and those types of things. But if y'all like that, y'all would enjoy reading this. I think this would be good for a film adaptation, like all the
A
drama
Tubi
and stuff.
movie.
Yeah, but like the way they kept just referring to it as "I lost my child," and it's like, what is in
Like
that
you were
grave?
barely
A
pregnant.
cluster of cells. Like, just
Yes.
let's be for real right now. You didn't lose a child; you lost a fetus that was developing. Like,
Yeah,
relax.
you were barely pregnant. That's why
But
I'm
I can
trying to just.
understand like miscarriages in general are traumatic, like
But
they
she
are.
got shot
But
though. It wasn't like it.
she
was
did get
so,
shot.
Yeah, that's
And
the
I'm
sad
like,
part
dang, they
about
just
it.
came and shot you in the belly like that. We jumping out the gate with this already. All right, girl.
Yeah, and then she was in
But
a
yeah.
coma for however long. Or
That's
whatever.
crazy.
But yeah, it was a lot. But I'm just gonna be honest. Like as far as like her grieving and stuff. So I ain't never really I done been depressed before or been feeling unhappy, but I have never gotten to the point where, and I thank God, knock on wood, I haven't gotten to the point where I want to unalive myself.
Right.
The shit's sad. The shit was sad, of course, at the beginning. And then you think that your man is dead, then
That's
got shipped
crazy.
off, you have no closure, and then when you try to go back to normal life, your mama done fucked you up and told them to keep you in a crazy place, keep you under surveillance.
She should have beat
you're
her
home,
ass.
now you homeless. They done gave away your place or whatever.
That's
all
crazy.
that stuff. Yeah. So it's just like it's sad, but I kind
I
of
guess she coped the best way that she could. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
the best way that in these circumstances. But I'm not finna go live in no van and. I guess she coped the best way that she could.
I ain't gonna lie, it kind of seemed a little fun how she was putting it. It looked kind of fun.
Yeah, but it's also just giving like it is giving hobo like like you
So
need to
many
get you a little
questions.
studio flat to retreat to or something. But I get it, like that was one of her coping mechanisms. Like so,
I just need a
You know.
bathroom. Like I can understand
Yeah.
you in a bed, but I'm just like, where are you
Ooh.
showering and shit? Like,
off
it's
topic
not-
though.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen that girl? She bought like a school bus and she transformed it into like a roaming vehicle. Now that I would do. I thought that was pretty cool. She had installed a shower and a little bathroom, but it looked like a little studio apartment. She gutted it, She ripped all the seats out of it, and it was just like a roaming studio apartment. Like, it was real cute in the inside.
You know,
Had
that's
her
what they did
bed in the back.
They did that in this next book after the Losing Control in the short story.
They both living in a van.
No, they not both living in the van.
Oh.
I'm saying, Cesar, Marley told him she wanted a bus, and he bought it for her.
Okay.
But that's off topic.
Aww.
I was just letting you know that since you brought that.
No, that's cute.
So
yeah.
Yeah, but I just I can't have I need a bathroom and I need.
Yeah, I feel like she was like in a Scooby Doo van.
Yeah, that's what I pictured it as.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I just had so many questions. Like, you just smoking in your van just every day,
right?
But you have money, but you want to stay in your van. It was a bit like, okay, whatever, girl.
Like, at least get you a little RV or something.
Yeah, but overall, I didn't really. I kind of like empathy a little bit. It just seemed all just like I said, knock on wood, I ain't wishing this on me, on nobody or whatever. It's just like I ain't never got to that point of where I got a lot to live for. I don't give a fuck what I'm going through.
I've always said that, like, at my deepest depression, I'm too self-centered to kill myself. Like, I just am. Like,
yeah.
Then that shit go hurt.
Take a knife and you just like this. Like, nah, I ain't.
I saw a girl on Twitter once, and she was like, it was not funny, but she was like, one time.
Oh my God, they gonna cancel.
She's like, I know. She's like, I tried to kill myself, but that shit hurt. So she stopped.
Yeah, somebody said that shit on Twitter one time. It was like, oh my God, I tried to commit suicide today. I'm never doing that shit again. I almost killed myself. I said, y'all are fucking idiots. But let me stop. We're such dark
Oh my God, let me move on. I know we are.
Oh my God.
It's that Aquarius energy. Like, you just can't help it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the most. That's how I be. Like, I laugh at the most. Like, the comedians that you think have the most dark humor, that's what I'm like laughing at. So,
same.
Yeah. So okay, moving on.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Caesar is introduced with a tough exterior but layers of vulnerability. What do you think makes him more than the bad boy label? How does his backstory affect his actions and his relationship with Marley?
I don't know why he an asshole, even though they still kind of
just gonna
described his, even though they described his upbringing and how, you know, his mama and his daddy, like, you know, we know that the mama was, what was it? She was a prostitute or whatever. Yeah, she was. And she was working for.
She was being trafficked.
Yeah, she was being trafficked. Like, we get the background of it all, but I still don't. If anything, I feel like that his house
should make you more empathetic towards women.
Yeah, but the thing was, he was with Marley to a certain extent, but he was still like an asshole.
He still was mean to her.
Yeah.
It's like any women. It's like women that he came across in general. That was another thing I didn't like. I didn't like the way he interacted with women. Like, and I'm just like, I would think after seeing your mother abused and beat up and stuff, you would have the utmost empathy for any woman, like regardless of her situation. But he was gross. He was just like the least gross to Marley. But he was gross to women. I didn't like him.
I think she just matched his energy. I think that's just...
She did. She could be an asshole right back to him. I like that.
Yeah, but that's just a result of just... Y'all, I ain't gonna say it's trauma bonding, but I'm just saying, like, that's just how folks with trauma are. Because I used to talk to this dude who, this was years ago when I was still in undergrad. I used to talk to this dude. He was such an asshole, bro. But I used to match the energy because I can get like that too. But it's annoying. Like, it
gets to a point.
Yeah, exactly. It gets to a point, and that he had childhood traumas or some shit, you know, some stuff happened to him or whatever. But like I said, I guess you just gotta like assholes, because I can't deal with that shit for too long.
Same.
Like, I don't like no.
Because like I'm fine with it, like off the cuff, like every once in a while we answer the phone, what's up? Like we just joking, playing, but like all the time, and then you cussing me out and stuff. Oh hell no! Like I'm still a princess at the end of the day. I will say I ain't never. He was cussing her ass the fuck out in this book though. Like he was like, even before they fell out. Like I'm like, oh girl, you think that's cute?
Yeah, and it's just like it's the even the arrogance of the throwing the money around type of thing, and it's just like, I like a nigga with some money, but I don't. I don't like no asshole.
You can't buy me, baby.
Yeah, it's like I got a mental cutoff. Like enough is enough.
Yes. So that kind of answered the next question about the banter and the humor throughout the story and when it became like too much. So I'm gonna
But
go
I
on to
will
the next
say,
one.
let's talk. But we can talk about, because we talked about this a little off, you know, off record when we were like first reading the book about Lady
Yes.
Nesha, her writing style, and so I looked
Okay.
up her how old she was. She's probably like 35 or so.
What?
Yeah, but it makes sense to Nitra. Think about it. Like in a sense, it makes sense. 35 is still millennial age. I feel like
It
millennials are
is,
still
but
young, but to kind of be writing like this, it is
she
still
writes
young.
to me like a Gen Zer, like somebody who's like only
In
faintly
high
aware of
school.
how, right. It's like, it's to me, it came off to me like somebody who's only aware of how these situations might play out through stories they've heard from older people around them. They haven't really experienced them themselves or been around them. So when you say she's 35, I'm like, no, you old enough to know better. Like, eh, that was
But
just, I don't
I
know.
also, I'm sorry to cut you off, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead. I was done.
I feel like the characters in the book, are they in their early 20s? They
I
are
know
like
Caesar for a fact
20.
was 29. I remember
Okay,
reading
so
that.
I don't know why he acting like that. Marley, I can
Me either.
understand her being an idiot, kind of. Like, I can
She's
understand
like,
that.
she wasn't that much younger than him, so you could say she's around 27, 28.
Yeah, it's just like I was like, these conversations are very childish. Even like the
Young.
interactions with the family members and all that stuff. I'm like, y'all need
Yes.
to, or y'all play too much.
And the
It was
mama, like the
yeah,
mama, the sister, and her husband. It's like, I feel like these are teenagers talking about their catty romances, not married people with real life situations. Like, it just wasn't. I can't put to words what I'm feeling, but it just wasn't developed enough for me to want to get into. Like, halfway through, I was just like, girl, I can't do this no more.
yeah, like the back and forth banter. It just all seemed a little
A
bit
lot of
just
it.
childish. Even the conversations with, I know it's like a sister relationship. Even the conversations back and forth between Marley and Harper, it's like y'all, like, for y'all to be business owners, y'all seem a little bit kind of like
Yeah. And you talking
young
like this in
minded.
front of your customers. Like,
It didn't give mature, like, just
no, it did not.
yeah, it just, Lady Nisha, I just don't feel like she just writes in kind of like a mature. I'm all for urban reads and, like, you know, these hood
Same.
novels, but it's just I didn't feel like this in Demon's Dream.
That's exactly what I was comparing it to. And I was trying not to, but I was like, it's
Yeah.
like the same themes with Demon's Dream, but Kimberly Brown made it very mature. Like, it's coming from an adult's perspective.
Casey.
Like,
Okay.
My bad,
Yeah.
L. Kaysen. It was very mature. Like, these are adults speaking to other adults. Like, this is how this would play out in real life if they were talking to each other in this scenario. It wouldn't be like a TikTok skit.
Right. That's exactly what it just felt like. So I was just like, yeah, I ain't really. So I understood you saying like you can finish the book even with it being in third person. It's like,
Yeah.
come on now, like, can we wait a
It's
second?
like, let me give you
Yeah.
the whole backstory of the person that's talking right this second, and the whole backstory of the person that's talking right this second, and then let's mesh them together in this conversation. That would never happen, because a real adult would have walked away. Would have been like, I'm not doing this with you. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a thing. But
Yeah, and I'm
we
like
can-
I'm like that too. I'm kind of like real. I'm kind of like, I can play, but most of the time I'm very serious. So
Yes.
I just kind of feel like I have this thing of stop playing with me. Like, I don't think
Yes.
shit like that funny or something. Like,
Yes.
like, depending on the conversation, once it starts getting like, now you playing too much, I'm gonna kind of like
that
all
part.
right.
And I feel like there were a lot of points in this, especially between Caesar and Marley. Like,
especially with
that
them
just,
calling her little booty, like that shit.
I was like,
started to
okay,
piss
it's
me
cute the
off.
first two times. Then it's like, your brothers is calling me that too now. Like, in what world would that fly in the real
Yeah,
world? Like,
that-
where y'all can just get away with it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was just like, y'all playing too much. That's what kind of like really kinda
Too
like,
much.
Yeah, I be hating.
The
like,
mama
I be
play
saying-
too much. The daddy
and
play
I'm-
too much.
And what's funny is I'm quick to say like, oh, everybody's so serious, lighten up, or people so sensitive nowadays. In reality, I'm kind of like that. Like, all right, now, like, you playing too much. Like, it gets to a
Like,
point.
it
you
gets
said.
to a point. Yes. Because we're grown ass people. Like,
Yeah. So that's all I felt throughout this damn book. Just like somebody.
Yes,
playing
that
too much.
very
Even
much.
from with the hoes. Like, it's too many hoes testing
too many.
boundaries.
Yeah. And then it's like, that was another thing. It was just like, why are we going into so much detail about Caesar and these hoes and what he's able to do? And it was just gross. Like, it was,
Like,
it was
it's like
too
who
much for me.
cares? Like, it's just
Right?
like in real life,
Who?
nobody
I
is.
promise, I said that to myself so much reading this. I'm like, who cares about this shit? Like, get to the part where we're supposed to be talking about. This is not high school.
Childish, just all of it. Just
It was.
childish. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look her up after this. Okay, let's get to the next question. Trust and betrayal are central in the book. Consider how Marley handles her past and how Caesar handles his. At what points do you believe they trusted each other fully? At what point did you question that trust?
When her stupid ass went back to the damn when the dead boyfriend came back out of nowhere, that's when I looked at Marley like she was a complete idiot. And to add to another point with just both of them, they ass both need damn therapy.
Real
just
bad.
in general. I ain't
It's like,
seen none of
baby
that
boy,
shit
you
the
saw
rest of
too
the
much as a child for you not to get no therapy.
Yeah. They ain't touching
And I would think with her
that.
being all like holistic and stuff that she would have been going to therapy. Did
Yeah,
she?
like,
Or am I missing that in the
They
book?
just went to yoga.
Yeah, that's not therapy.
Yeah, that's
I
not
remember
therapy.
that. And he was playing through that. Like, oh my God. Let me just not even get started.
I know probably in the questions it's going to ask about the dead boyfriend coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But just in that moment of just her just even considering just going back to a nigga who left you for
Dummy.
dead pretty much. It was wild. It was just very stupid and very young-minded and very much just, I don't trust her at that point.
Very young-minded.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but wouldn't at the point where you've buried him and lost him and kind of, put it away in your mind as he's gone, he's out of my life, it should have been easy for you to be like, oh boy, like when he comes back,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Because
left me for
he's
dead.
already in your mind, he's been dead for a long time, so...
Yes. You don't get to do that just because now you
right?
see me doing good. You don't get to just come out of nowhere.
That is
and appear
crazy.
Out of nowhere. Like, that's your trick. You are. As soon as I would have
might
seen
go back
him,
and
I would have
finish.
punched him.
I would have, like, slapped him.
Yes, that's immediate. It's no, oh my God, you're alive. Because that's how she would, like, try to touch his face. Like, oh, you're alive. No, fuck that. No.
Never. I would have been like, where have you been? What have you been doing?
So many questions. Like, what the fuck? And you
No.
been sitting up in Ohio. How far is Ohio from Detroit?
The last thing, it's a good, like, maybe 7-8 hours.
I figured because it was they were both in the Midwest, it wasn't that far.
It is though. Ohio is pretty deep because I know like
Yeah.
where I'm from originally in Michigan and where I went to school in Ohio, it was about 9 hours away.
Yeah. It's I think people don't even kind of probably realize how big the Midwest is and how many major cities are in the Midwest. It's St. Louis, all of Ohio, Minnesota, all of that. Like that's all of that.
Like I remember having to drive on the highway like from the top of Ohio to where I went to school in like southern Ohio, and it was like 4 hours.
Yeah, like it looked small on the map, but it's really I don't think it's big. It's pretty big to me when people talk about it. So.
But you could have got your ass in that car and went down there and told Marty that you was still alive.
You was like you were right there, bro. This shit pissed me off.
Like they're literally, as far as states go though, they're right next to each other, right above, on top of each other. You cross the line and you in the next state. That's crazy to me. Like what?
It was when I was watching. You remember when they had the Wu-Tang series on Hulu?
Yes.
So yeah, it was in that. The niggas in New York or whatever. What was it? RZA. He went to Ohio for like a little bit, and they made it seem like it was like really kind of like just right there. And also like Cameron, he did like some stuff out in Ohio. He lived in Ohio for a very long time. Like niggas from New York go to Ohio.
They
for
do.
some odd reason. Yeah, like it's super. I mean, I guess it's not super far or whatever, but I don't know what's the escape from New York to Ohio. What's
I don't either.
I don't fucking know. But for some reason they go there, so I figure it's like decent, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a few hours drive all the way around. The question raised near the end: if someone you believe was gone or irrecoverable and they reappear, how would you respond? What would you do? And how do you view Marley's decision in light of that question?
Fuck you.
Right?
immediately. It's fuck you. You
It
tapped
depends
me.
on the circumstances.
No, it's
But
fuck
in
you.
this circumstance, yeah, no, it's fuck you.
And Marley
Like I could see
defending
if you
you.
was being held hostage by somebody or you was like somewhere you couldn't get back, but he had no excuse. He was just chilling.
And that's the thing. And then what ends up happening, this Harper and Marley, they go on a Facebook dive and they find out that he has a whole bitch and a
That's
whole thing. And then
crazy.
in the book, you also see like the point of view of him talking on the phone with whoever it is, like with whoever his like baby mama is in Ohio. He's talking on the phone with her. And she's saying like back to him, how is she gonna fit into our life? That's what she's saying back to him.
Ooh.
And and it's just like, first off, if I'm the baby mama, it's no, whatever you're trying to do, no, you can't do that. No, like,
Yeah.
that's no, go back to being dead or whatever it is that you were doing. But even just with Marley in general, why do you go from somebody who giving you, all the riches, all the things that you ain't had, like putting you up in a loft? He got
Yeah.
her a loft and like all this nice shit, and you go back to this somebody who ain't even.
There is nothing in the world that could have made me go back to that man.
You went from
Like
this to
nothing.
this. That's like you
Nothing.
going. That's like you going from Drake to Trick Daddy or something. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Trick Daddy used to be fine too. Like he ain't no
back
more,
then,
but
I'm saying in current
way
time.
back.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that little raisin
Even though Drake ain't my type. Even though Drake ain't my type,
at all.
I'm still not.
But he can put me up because he likes to take care of bitches.
Exactly. So yeah, I just thought
Absolutely
she was an
not.
idiot, and she was very young minded for even considering. And Harper even told her like, "Are you fucking like? Are you stupid? Like, are you dumb, stupid
Yes.
as hell?"
And then you done had another child on you after you done lost yours. That would have.
And she can't have kids anymore. Like she can't have.
Oh no, I
kids.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
from with her uterus is like gone. Their
She
mama
got
made
shot in
them-
there.
But the mama made them do a hysterectomy when she got shot. So everything is her mom's fault, pretty much. Everything that happened after is her mom's fault.
How did you feel about the pacing and structure of the book? Some readers noted that certain subplots got crowded or that a big breakup near the end felt rushed. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, everything started happening like towards the end.
Yeah.
Like after that, when old boy came back from the dead, I feel like they should have pushed that up a little bit closer up. In the book.
1000%. Because I got about 250 pages in and I still had not gotten to that part.
Yeah. So they should have put that up some more to kind of make things, because that's when things started picking up. Like once he came back, that's when all the drama started. Because before that, everybody was living good, fine. Like they all with each other at basketball games and shit. Like she's out in the public with him. Like they're catching.
I think I got to that.
Yeah, they're doing really like well relationship wise. Like everybody's doing good. I mean, it's still that little shit like with the what's the daddy name? Whatever the daddy name, who was the pimp,
The daddy.
comes back and all that stuff. Even them fight. Did you get to the part when they was fighting at the concert in the back room or something? Or he punched
yeah,
the
he ended
mirror
up
or something. Yeah.
And he had to like fire his security.
Yeah. Because
It's like, how y'all let him get back here? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's like all them little subplots happened, of course, but right when that boy came back from the dead, quote unquote, like before I say that, like out loud,
She had to
like,
have squeezed a whole bunch into them last 150
Yeah,
pages,
it
however
all-
many.
everything just started coming back. Even he started like after that happened, like Cesar, he ended up like just being reckless as well, fucking bitches and all types of shit,
Again.
Yeah, all that shit was going on. And yeah, it just seemed like after old boy came back from the dead, that's when everything started. That's when everything started happening. So yes, it definitely was rushed. I definitely say like some details and some little shit we could have left without that. Like some extra sex scenes we could have did without that.
Yeah.
Like
They were dragged out, and also they weren't like. It's crazy because I'm always here for a good sex scene. Like if it's done right, I like it. I'm fine with it. I'm not no prude, but it was just like, this feels cringe. I feel like I don't want to read this.
But I think it was just her writing style. I think she just doesn't know how to write a sex scene like
Yeah.
how Kennedy Ryan does.
Or how they talk about it afterwards. It's just like, Stop saying it. Like,
It's corny. It's very
it's
cheesy.
corny.
It's cringe.
Like the way you was well, the way that you was blah 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 blah. It's like
it's
ew.
cringe. It's definitely cringe.
How old are we?
Yeah,
Is this your first time having sex?
Yeah, sometimes like I'll go back and read a sex scene, but this part I just like let's just
right.
let's just go and get
Yep.
away because I'm just like
all right.
I can't even picture y'all appropriately even doing that. Or
Yeah.
this. How y'all describing how they both look. I can't even just.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Identity. Marley reinvents her life post-trauma. Caesar carries his past but tries to move beyond it. How do both of them define who they are versus who they want to be, and how do their pasts shape that?
Be honest, I don't feel like they even goddamn had no really goals of their own for real. I don't know. I just know they wanted to be better. They wanted to be better than their parents. I know that much. That's what I can say.
I don't think Caesar did a good job moving beyond a damn thing. Like
He's I think a rapper, successful.
Yeah, it's like, if anything, you let your past make you a terrible person, because, like, he treated women terribly. It's like, if I saw my mama getting beat up, I would want to be, like, protective of women, or, like, that's just how I would see a natural character progression with a backstory like that. But I guess, child, but I don't think he reinvented anything. He carried it for real, and it made him a terrible person. When you look at major turning points, what do you think were the key moments that forced transformation? Do you believe those transformations were believable? You say they ended up getting married, right? I would be curious to know how Caesar evolved from one, them now we're together, and then him being mad at her after she done broke up with him and he forcing her off the stage and all that stuff. How did he evolve past that and into this, okay, now I'm ready to be a husband?
I don't know. It just seemed, like I said, at the end, it just seemed very rushed to get. I was surprised they got married.
So it wasn't very believable?
No. Honestly, it just seemed like such a, we back to liking each other now. Like,
yeah, see, no, there needs to be something, you know what I'm saying? Because for his character, there has to be some type of catalyst that leads you to, like, nah, now I'm ready to man up and be a husband, because you were not husband material at all.
Yeah, it's like, because with him, even, like, as I was reading the book, I'm not gonna lie, like, he didn't give, like, he never gave husband to me.
Ever.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't no good, like...
No.
He wasn't like no Channing. He wasn't even like no demon. Like,
ever.
He was...
You ain't no Josiah. You'll never be a Josiah.
Yeah, like I said, he just gave. It just seemed like she just put them together. Like, let's just make them married at the end. It's just like, it didn't give that. I never even expected him to even. I honestly thought they was, once they broke up, and after he kicked her ass off the stage or kicked her out for wherever she was, I thought they was just gonna be broken up. I thought it was just the end off, be off for them.
That would be more believable to me, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess.
Neither of them seemed like they did no, like, progression. Like, they just seemed like they were both still the same throughout this book. Like, yeah, just two people who've been through some shit just got together, and it don't seem like they did no internal work or nothing. They both just seem the same.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Like, was there some evolution there that I just didn't get to? Because, like, she really wasn't a wife material either. Like, not through any fault of her own, but...
Yeah. It just gave just two 23-year-olds and, hey, I like you. Yeah, I like you a little bit. Let's get married. Like, that's just what it seemed
and both
like.
of y'all pushing 30. That's crazy.
Right. Oh, I do want to touch on just that name dynamic of Casanova and Romeo and Julius. I did think that was creative name.
I thought Casanova is a beautiful name, and I might have to steal that.
Yeah, I like that. Like, I just feel like stuff like that works with multiple kids.
Yes.
I mean, you can still do it. Like,
absolutely agree.
If you have one kid, but if you have, like, that's just like you naming your kid Faith and Hope. Like, if you had, like,
I love that. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. It gives that to me.
Or hope and joy.
Or like what's the girls from Twitch's name? They actual real names from Twitch's. It was like Artemis and what else?
It wasn't Aurora. That Aurora was the mama. Let me see.
It was Artemis and Apollo. Was it Apollo? Artemis?
No, I think Apollo was the daddy.
Huh. That's so crazy. They were like really...
Let me see.
Yeah, we gotta Google this real quick. It's gonna be
Right? Like, I gotta know now.
it was Artemis.
Oh, it was Apollo.
Oh, it was Apollo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew it was. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was like really, really, just I like that. I really, really like that. So I just
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I do love good names.
If you're into literature and you hear that
like
name,
the Greek gods and all that stuff. Like, but that was dope. Like, if it was actually Caesar and not Czar, but like Caesar with like Nova and all that. That was cute.
But that's the thing. Like, I like how Marley had pointed that out in the book. She was just like, wait a minute, like. What shit, like, your mom named y'all
One
that?
of these
like, when she
things.
caught on, it was like, hold on, like, huh? Like, your mom just,
Yeah.
like, named you that? Like, once you realize, like, his government name is Julius, and
Yeah.
his name is, it's like, in Casanova, it's just like, you gotta know
And
exactly.
Romeo, that was cute.
I'm actually reading a book right now by L. Case, and I'm reading a series of The Beauty of the Street Love, because I was trying to finish it out by the end of the year, because I read the first one at the beginning of the year. But it's
get into that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a doctor in there. Her name is, they call her Dr. Rose, but on her degrees it says B, just the initial like B. She doesn't go by her first name. Her first name happens to be Briar Rose. Like, I don't know if you ever read this story.
Cute.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever read this story or so, but only a few people will kind of like know that, like, you named after like like, hold on, like, your parents know something.
They read books.
Yeah, they read books, exactly.
I'm gonna name my son Heathcliff. That was a horrifying name. I hated it in high school.
Bro, don't do that.
I'm gonna name my son Heathcliff. He's gonna get teased from the moment he starts walking.
Them kids ain't gonna know who the hell.
It's just ugly.
Yeah, they just
it's ugly.
Yeah, what the hell? That's all they gonna say. It's just like, I will say, I know we saw off topic talking about names, but I will say Drea naming her kid Light Green because, you know, Jalen Green.
No, she
Green.
didn't.
So her name was like,
no, she did not.
Yeah, it's Lyte.
Let me move on.
Yeah, like, I feel like if your last name is Hood, you need to name your kid, name him Robin Hood. Like, because that Robin.
Neighbor.
Yeah. Your last name is Hood. Now, you said neighbor. You are hilarious, bro. Yeah, I like you can do shit like that when you like got money.
Like Northwest and like now I can't. Kanye's crazy as hell, but Northwest and like Chicago, like that's dope.
Yes, that's awesome. And I'm all for people naming their kids as well, like after cities. I know someone
always
kid Denver.
Oh, I love that.
Dallas,
London
cities. Yeah, I love Denver. Denver is awesome.
Yeah. Of course, Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas.
I feel like people do need to be a little creative. Like, that's the one thing, like, you know, when we were going to school, everybody's name was Ashley and Jasmine. Like, I hate that now. Like, that's just such a, like, ain't nobody. But some people have, like, abused names.
I think what I hate, I was going to say, I think what I hate more than that is the, like basic, it's not basic. Yeah, that and trying to, like, be special, like, my something, and then they spell it crazy, but it's like MI', like, it's just, y'all done did too much now with it. Supporting characters often mirror or contrast aspects of the main characters. Pick one secondary character and explore how they contribute to the theme of healing or possibly sabotage it. Did any character surprise you, positively or negatively?
Well, I'm glad. I like the sister relationship with Harper and Marty. Yeah. So I will.
That mama was a negative one.
Yeah, I ain't. Like,
I do like I didn't like the way that they talked, but I did like Harper and Marley's relationship real bad.
Yeah, I'm glad that she has somebody like I said, like, it didn't seem like Marley had no friends, but I'm glad she did have her sister, and then like she ended up gaining family when she started singing. Oh boy, so it's all all worked. I just feel like it worked out like good for them. I will say, as far as like say Zara's side, I ain't really like. It's like I like the brothers, and I like that they gonna have they brother bag, you know, they brother cousins.
Brother cousin.
Yeah, brother cousins. They first cousins and they brothers. Like that's
Like,
so
child, that was a
wild.
nice twist. I ain't gonna lie. That was a nice look because I didn't
And then he's much
tap that
older
one.
than them too. He's 8 years
Yeah,
older than them. So they're
that
still.
was a
I
nice
can
little twist.
understand them being young minded or whatever, but I like that they
1,000.
had.
Now the kids, for literally, they came across to me as kids. Like they
Yeah.
drama and stuff, and the way that they talked, it seemed like it fit because they like young 20s is still kids to me. I got siblings that age, and y'all always like no boy, no kid can anybody under 25. You a kid to me. I'm sorry. In my
Yeah.
brain, you process as a kid.
Literally, when you are 19, you are still. When I think of a 19-year-old, I literally think you don't know shit yet. Like
You
don't
don't.
get it.
You don't know shit at 21. Yeah,
Yes,
you
you don't.
don't.
But
You
I
think you
know for
do.
sure. 19 is that for sure. For
You
sure, you
don't.
don't know shit. Like you really don't know shit. How when I will say that part of the book when the pictures got exposed of their mama, and I know I'm not supposed to laugh at this part, but that whole little exchange was funny when they found out. Cause
It was.
like I didn't know you was into vintage cootie cat. Like I'm
Oh
just
my
like, oh
God.
my god,
He's sitting there talking about his
no.
mama.
Mama.
And he over there throwing
Like,
up.
that's your mom.
He
Like,
started
he punched
throwing
him
up.
in the face. They got to fighting. And I just thought that was so funny because it's like, shut the fuck up. And then this is another thing that I don't like in books. You know, I don't like the shit in books and TV shows and movies and shit. Go ahead and tell the truth. I don't like that withholding information.
Oh,
Your
same.
kids should have been knew, and I blame this on the mama.
And
Your
they
kids,
grown.
Yes, your kids should have been knew your story. They should have been
Agree.
knew about all this stuff. They should have even been knew that he had a different daddy than both of them,
Agree.
than the other two. Like you withholding all that, I don't like that shit. I didn't like that shit
Me
from
either.
the mama. That shit pissed me off.
For too long too. This is going on too long. By the time really you supposed to tell them that kind of shit when they teenagers. Like I need to break something to y'all. Like, but adults, we way too old to not be knowing this stuff. Like
Them boys, they were so confused. They just getting beat the fuck up and they don't even know what the heck going on. They don't even know what's going on.
that is a good way to put it because that is messed up. Like dang, it's so
He's sitting there talking about
confused.
some this vintage. Coach, you like that's your mom. That's your mom. Somebody need to get to telling the truth. Like, come on, bro. Like, somebody get to talking. You ever
Y'all just hitting him.
yeah,
just
he
swing
get-
it.
and bloodied all up. Everything. Like, nobody's
He
telling,
still don't
nobody's
know.
saying anything. Everybody just mad. Like, and he confused why he getting punched in the face. Like, you know, it's too much. You ever seen Medea's like what is that? The Christmas movie, Medea's Family Christmas
Yes.
or something like that. And the mama didn't know that the boy and her daughter and that white boy got married.
Yes.
And Medea's like, go ahead and spit it out now. Like, tell me what's going on. Like, everybody know
Yes.
y'all married, and she the only one who don't know y'all married, and she keep
Or big happy
disrespecting
family.
Everybody, like, come on, we gotta get.
And we
the-
like, we don't know why she's so angry and why he acted like this. Like, tell them kids that that's his mama and that's not his sister. Like, that's crazy.
That is something like I cannot. That is like my pet peeve watching shit. Like, somebody needs to get to saying something now.
Yes.
Tell the truth.
Like, please, what are you gaining from holding on to this information?
I'm trying to protect them. No, you're making shit worse. You're making
No,
shit
you
worse.
embarrassed and you trying to hide and protect yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I get you being embarrassed that you are an old prostitute. You know, like, I get it. But, like, you know, that was years ago, and your kids have right to know because your past don't blow up in your face. So that's what I will say with the mama. She seemed like a nice, you know, well-rounded individual.
She
She
did.
seemed always nice.
And I really do feel for her and her past and stuff. Because, like, real talk, you was trafficked. Like, she didn't choose to go and be a prostitute. Her story sounds a lot like human trafficking
It is,
stories
they
that we hear in the
are.
real world. Where
Very
it's like, I love
evil.
this man.
Yeah.
He was. And it's like, I love this man. I thought I was doing whatever I could for him. And then he ended up passing me off to this person. Before I know it, I'm being trafficked. So I could definitely feel for her. But, like, girl, you better tell them kids the truth.
And now, Harry Coochie across the internet. Like, come on.
Oh, baby.
That's all.
And he's a famous rapper, baby. That shit ain't scrubbed from nowhere. Somebody
They
has
tried
a
to
jump
make it-
drive. Like,
They tried to make it seem like that shit was just scrubbed at the end of the. Like, no, bro. That shit.
I remember they tried to scrub them photos of Beyonce falling down them steps. And we can still Google it right now. You see them pictures of her.
It's like if you got
It's the
screenshots
internet.
and stuff, like I still got screenshots from years ago from my iCloud. Like, come on now,
Right?
It's still
It's over with.
Yeah, like nah, it's there, bro.
I think this question we kind of answered, and that subtitle question is crazy. So I'm gonna go to this last one.
Okay.
What one thing would you change about the story to make it work even better for you? And what satisfied you the most? What will you remember long after reading?
What will I remember? I don't know. Nothing really popped out to this. Like, it just kind of like seemed like a typical hood novel. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was interesting.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I would change so much that I don't even think I should answer this question, because I would change the way it was written. I would change the dialogue.
The
I would
third
change the
person,
character.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely should have been the chapters divided by each individual person. Like, no, there are so many things I would change. I ain't got nothing nice to say. So my mama said, you don't say nothing.
Yeah, what would you rate this book though? I know you didn't finish it.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
2 out of 5.
I'll give it 3 out of 5 because it was just like I said, like I liked the plot. I enjoyed the plot. I thought some parts were funny, but like I said, I don't like to play too much. I just felt like this was a bunch of playfulness versus kind of like digging into the drama. Like it had drama,
Yes,
but it just seemed more playful than anything.
and this was serious subject matter. Like it was way too playful for the topics that were being brought up. So I agree with you.
Yeah. So, and everybody's on here. I'm not gonna go into any reviews. I know we go into like reviews most of the time. But some people are saying like what we said, and then some people are rating it 5 stars. Like somebody did say it is too long for no reason. We could wrap this up. We could have wrapped this up in probably like 300
For
pages.
real.
I'm not gonna
Like I didn't need to know that much about her tea business and stuff. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
all
it
right.
just
was a lot of
seemed
stuff.
like how she was writing this. It just seemed like somebody who just, you get your imagination flowing. I can understand how it can drag out to 600 pages. Add this and add this, and but some authors, they get to, they'll write out in sections like what they kind of like want. It just seemed like this was just a free. Let's just go with the flow, and it ended up being like
definitely what it gave.
Yeah. So that's what I would say.
So that concludes this episode of the Booked and Busy podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and be sure to tune in to next week's episode. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening, and be sure to follow us on our socials and check out our reading list on Goodreads.